My first question for you is, you've been down here before. What's the one thing you're going to take away from this trip, probably that's the most memorable for you?
Well, the first time I come out, the orphanage was just underway, phase 1, and to actually see that we had made a difference, and I think it was 38 kids that was running around that afternoon.
Right.
That impressed me, you know, as
What's the one thing about this trip that's going to stand out to you when you go back home? The most memorable thing?
Probably just the men at the Teen Challenge. Just the knowing that they'd been into drugs and all kind of bad stuff that we would consider at home even giving up on, and they worship with such freedom and such joy in their what we would think of having nothing. But they have even greater joy than I have a lot of days. A lot of days you get up discouraged, maybe what you got to do at work.
Joe, what's this building right here?
This is the first building that was built here at Teen Challenge. The boys were living in a tent about half a mile away, and they bathed in the creek. And at this time, all of this was just growed up, and we had to bring everything in by backhoe. And we walked every evening in, and we walked out. We started here in November 1st, 2003. And then while I was right here working, Bill Strickland, the missionary, was over on the other side, and the Lord spoke to my heart and said, you go tell him that you'll be back in 6 weeks and help wire and plumb this facility. So I went and told him. He said it would be God sent. We went home to the section and was having our Christmas party. I began speaking to them and laid out the plan of trying to get those boys moved from out of that tent, where it's just innumerable number of flies, and it was just so unbearable, 130 degrees inside the tent.
Now, how many boys were here when you first got here? And
17 boys.
And how many are now here?
Between 148 and 160 boys, depending on how they graduate. Some graduate in 12 months, and some it takes 14 months. Some come without even knowing how to read or write. They've been strictly on farms and been orphans, and then they didn't have a chance. And then the next thing you know, they're in gangs, or their involvement is just trying to stay alive, and they didn't. So this is an outlet for them.